is student loans and debtors prisons. Now, what do I mean by that? I know you're wondering, well, Lorelia, can you really go to jail for your debts? And let me just say this. Be in a prison from your debts without you physically being there. And what do I mean by that? Most of the time, when people think about being in a prison, they think about the physical walls of a place where there's bars, you wear the orange suits, there's correction officers or warden or what have you. But I'm talking about um, the prison that exists without walls. And what do I mean by that? Debtors prisons. And so how does that relate to student loans? I don't know if you know this, but laws have been passed in certain states um, that if a person defaults on their student loans, um, or they do not pay back their student loans, you have any license that requires you to be licensed from by the state. So if you have a particular job and it is required that you have a state license, it will be revoked. You cannot renew it. And so you may be wondering, well, Lorelia, what does that have to do with the prison? What that has to do and how does that relate to one another? If a person only source of income is their job, and I know recently I've been doing videos sharing with you all the importance of why you don't want to just have one source of income coming to your household, which is a job. But if you happen to be that person and your source of income only comes from a job, then you will suffer financially. And so I did a video some time ago where I talked about this topic. And I talked about how there was a nurse who had got her license revoked. Okay, I'm on already struggling financially with paying their student loans with a job. Imagine what it's like if you took the job away. So it's important that there's some changes. They do not learn how this system, how this is played. Your debts will hold you hostage. And like I said, you don't have to pay because a mental prison is just as a physical prison. And in the beginning of this video, most of the time when you say prison to a person, they're thinking about the physical prison. They're thinking about the place with the four walls and the warden and the correction officers and the orange suits and the place where they tell you when to go to sleep, they tell you when to wake up, they tell you when you can sneeze, they tell you everything, and you're in there for a certain amount of years. Understand what's going on in this country, people, that the same thing is happening now. Because if your only source of income is a job, then you are in the same place. Someone has to tell you when you can work. Somebody can tell you when you can work. Somebody can tell you how to take care of your it's the same type of prison. You're just now in a mental prison. And for some people, they cannot get out. And this is a serious matter. I always say that I get a lot of people who reach out to me from Georgia. And I have to say, and this is not to put down the state, but I find that Georgia has some of the worst laws when it comes to it has some of the worst usury laws. And if you don't know what usury laws is, I suggest you go look them up. And the laws are to financially hurt the consumer. And these same laws, when it comes to credit, payday loans, or what have you, Georgia is one of those states. Whereas if you default on your student loan, if you default on your student loan, you and you have a job with a license, they could take it away. Another state is Illinois, and Chicago is in Illinois. Another state is Massachusetts. So now remind you, it's 13 states that follow this law. Currently, the state I live in New Jersey, is not one of the states that's affected by it. But it's real out there. And that's why I do these little videos to share with you, what is going on. Why now more than ever, there is tons of information, tons of information. There's no excuses. There's no excuses why some should say, I can't get this call. This is this is not the time for someone to say that they don't know what to do. And so I will continue doing these videos. What I'm doing now is that I still get people who reach out to me, and and I've said that I'm taking my message in a different direction. I'm really teaching people how they can get beyond the shackles of letting credit control their lives, and how to now be in control of credit so you can leverage it to create more cash flow for yourself, to be able to obtain assets, whether it's personal business assets. And so what I want to tell you is, please, please, underneath this video, there will be a link for you to subscribe to my communication list. And there I am going to be launching some new stuff. And it's for the economical layperson to understand how they can go from credit to cash flow. And once you subscribe, you are going to see a video that I shared with you all with a client, how I was able to assist her with leveraging her business credit to get a home. And along with that, you're going to see some programs that I currently have on a more one-on-one basis. But what I'm doing is, because I've had people who reached out to me and who have said, Lorelia, do you have something for a person just starting out on an economical level? And so that is why I'm creating this. Now, you're not going to get no one-on-one with me, but you will get the content. You will get a weekly, because it's launching in July, but those who sign up early are going to get some bonuses. But basically, on a weekly basis, I'm going to be rolling out some things that you can do, and if you execute it, you could be placed in the next 3 to 6 or 9 or 12 months. Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. I have a lot of people who have been watching my videos for a while, and I just want you to ask yourself, if you are in the same place that you was in last year because you have not taken any action. Because see, what happens is now is that since there is so much information now, people don't know who to listen to. People don't know what is right and what is wrong. And that's why I told you I did a video about the difference between financial confidence and financial knowledge. How do you transfer the financial knowledge to financial confidence? What is financial confidence? Financial confidence is having the ability to know that if you learn something or if you get access to information, that you will never find yourself in the same financial sunken place. That is financial confidence. Can it be gained? Yes, it can. And I know one may say, well, you know what, Lorelia, you really can't say that. You have no control over what can happen. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. See, when you know better, you do better. But so many of us don't know no better. So many of us have been so attached to what we have been told by who we grow up with, who we are currently around, our upbringing, and that's the only way that many people know. They don't know that there's a whole different world out there. They just don't know, and that's what I'm here to tell you is that yes, there's a lot of people talking credit, but how many of those individuals are sharing with you how you can now transfer that into financial confidence? Because I've said this in many videos before. Started my journey in the late 90s, rebuilding my credit. And during that time, I've had ups and I've had downs. The reason why the credit game is really, to me, it's a joke. It's really comical, is because I know how to play the game. I know that if I fall back financially with my credit, I know what to do to bring it back up. See, most people, they don't have confidence. They hold on to, their credit. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not here to pass judgment on them or what have you. The same way with people who get out of debt. They fear getting in debt again because they're not too sure. They're not too sure that they will not get into debt again. Because like I said, debt can be used to do a lot of things to help you financially, as long as it's not consumer debt. As long as it's not consumer debt, you know. And so I will leave that for another video. But I am going to end this live, and I see people are on. But if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, hit the bell. That's along with this video, to tell you when I'm going to be live, because I'm going to take advantage of this. I like the live interaction, because a lot of times people leave a comment and I have to come back and answer it. But at least if I'm live, I can answer people's questions right during the time of me doing the video. So once again, this is Lorelia. Like I said, to learn more about the credit to cash flow program, please check out the link underneath this video. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Okay, talk to you in the next